Shalom and welcome to another episode of Hasten the Day. My name is Elder Ryan Blob and my reader today is
Elder Sakuran.
And today's topic is we're going to be dealing with circumcision. And the reason why we're dealing with the topic of circumcision is because, you still have a few brothers that are not circumcised, and really, technically, you're supposed to be circumcised because it's a part of the law. So we're going to go into the scriptures to show you that you are supposed to be circumcised. But each man has to be fully persuaded in his own mind, in order for him to take that next step. So if you have, an opportunity to do it, you should go ahead and do it. If you have, if you might be on some type of medical, like if you're in the military, you can get it done through the military, so to speak. You might have a job where you have Medicaid or whatever the hell they have in medical coverage they have in those in them particular jobs. Hey, get it done. Why not? It's a covenant that was given to us. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off in the book of Genesis, the 17th chapter, and we're gonna start at the 9th verse, going back to the origins of the circumcision. All right, so go ahead, brother. You can start reading.
Okay, the book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 9. And the Most High said unto Abraham, Thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generations.
Right, so now the word covenant means agreement. It means agreement. It means testament. Right? So it says, And the Most High said unto Abraham, Thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generations. Go ahead.
This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man-child among you shall be circumcised.
Right, so it says, This is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. And we're Abraham's seed, right? Today, even to this day, we're Abraham's seed. So the Lord said that we're supposed to keep this covenant. It says, Every man-child among you shall be circumcised. Now, what is circumcision? Let's look at, let's go to the online etymology here, and the word here is circumcision. And what does it say?
Circumcision, circa 1175, from Latin circumcisus, of circumcidere, to cut around, from circum, around, sidere, to cut.
Right. So basically the word circumcision means to cut around. In other words, you take the foreskin that's around the head of as they say, of the male organ, and you cut around it so you can take that excess skin off of there. All right, and the reason why you do that is because that causes disease, and there was a covenant that was made between the Most High and us. See, the other nations, they didn't receive that covenant, even though Abraham, as we're going to read, Abraham circumcised his servants, but they really didn't receive the circumcision. That really was for Israel. That was a covenant that the Most High made between Abraham and his seed after him, which was the nation of Israel, for those of you that understand. All right, so now going back to Genesis.
Genesis 17, verse 11. And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you.
Right, that's why Yahushua was circumcised when he was 8 days old, because there was a covenant that was given. And then after the covenant was given, when Moses came down the line and he wrote the law down, the Most High told him to specifically put in there a law where it stated that every male shall be circumcised on the 8th day. Go ahead.
Every man-child in your generations, he that is born in the house, or bought with money of any stranger which is not of thy seed, he that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with thy money, must needs be circumcised. And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant.
Right, because then you did have people of the other nations that were servants. Then they had to get circumcised. But you know what? Some of them, the other nations, they couldn't keep the Passover. The only ones that could keep the Passover were the Israelites, and we're going to get into that. But the bottom line is that's why Abraham took the servants of his house and he circumcised them, because that was a covenant that was given to the Most High. And there's many accounts in the scriptures where it speaks about the other nations being uncircumcised. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I said this is the 14th verse. And the uncircumcised man-child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He hath broken my covenant.
Right. It says, and the uncircumcised man-child. Notice it says man-child, not the woman. Because you damn Africans, so-called Africans, you Hamites, you like to circumcise your women.
Right, the clitoris.
The clitoris, that's right.
Right.
You know, it's...
Yeah, they foul, man.
Yeah, man.
Them, you know?
Just thinking about that is just insane. But the so-called Negroes want to be Africans. Hey, but you know what? That's one thing to hit them with. You know, say, yo, is your woman circumcised, son?
Right.
You know, you want to be an Egyptologist, right? Is your woman circumcised? These women, these so-called black women that's out there that's into that Egyptologist, bullshit. If they find out that they have to circumcise their clitoris, they ain't gonna do that.
Hell no, they ain't gonna do that shit.
You know, then you ain't gonna get no feeling.
They won't get nothing. Right. Yeah, they're foul, man.
That's for you Egyptologists out there. Circumcise your woman, son.
That's why we gotta. That's why we gotta kill these niggas, man.
Yeah, man. That don't make no damn sense. The scriptures clearly tell you that, and the uncircumcised man, and the uncircumcised man-child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He hath broken my covenant. Matter of fact, while we're on that subject, that's Genesis 17 and verse 14. Let's just see what that says for circumcised.
Okay.
I mean, we already know what the word circumcised is, but let's just look it up in the Hebrew just so you can see. Not circumcised. All right, mawal. Matter of fact, let's do a zoom. Mawal. And in other scriptures, the word there is just mal. Ma and the la, mal. Mawal, a y in between the first and second letters of the Hebrew usually means it's a ing at the end of the word, so it would be circumcising.
Okay.
All right. So now let's back that up, and let's go down. It says to circumcise, let oneself be circumcised. Cut, be cut off. All right. So now going back here, let's jump down from the 14th verse to the 23rd verse.
Okay, 23rd verse of Genesis, the 17th chapter. And Abraham took Ishmael his son, and all that were born in his house, and all that were bought with his money, every male among the men of Abraham's house, and circumcised the flesh of their foreskin in the selfsame day, as the Most High had said unto him.
Right, because the Most High gave him a commandment, and he did it. Go ahead.
And Abraham was 90 years old and 9 when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin.
So Abraham was almost 100 years old when he got circumcised. You know, and you got a lot of these brothers that's young men that don't want to get circumcised, that are scared to get circumcised. Abraham was an old man. I mean, he was 99 years old, and he still got circumcised. You know?
That's how serious it is. And it's an act of faith.
That's right.
You know, so if these brothers if they claim to have faith, you know, I mean, you know, in the beginning, you know, when a brother first comes in, yeah, you know, just they have to kind of get up into that level of faith. You know, they may have faith, but it may not be as strong, so they got to grow into it. But you know what? The time is cutting close, man.
Right.
So you know, you gotta if you have faith, look, this is an act of faith. Just do it.
That's
you know?
right. That's right.
That's all. It's plain as that.
Right. I mean, you got to do it. I mean, we can't force you to do it.
Right.
But really, you're gonna have to do it, because if you don't do it, then the Most High might take you out.
Faith without works is dead.
That's right.
And that's a part of the work right there. You know, if you're not circumcised, but you claiming you have faith, then do this work right here. Get circumcised, man.
That's right, man. Speaking on that, hold that real quick and go to the book of Exodus 4 and 24, and let's find out, because see, you know, we're telling you that, you know, you do have an option. Okay, if you don't want to do it, then fine. You know, that's between you and the Most High. But really, you should do it, because it's part of the law. You're supposed to do it.
Right.
And if you don't do it, then the Most High could take you out, man.
Yeah, man.
And we're going to read about that. Exodus 4 and 24.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 24. And it came to pass by the way, in the inn, that the Lord met him and sought to kill him.
This was Moses. Moses, the man that the Most High chose to talk to show himself in the burning bush, that he gave him the law, statutes, and commandments to give to the nation of Israel.
That's right.
The Most High was going to kill Moses because he didn't circumcise his sons. Go ahead.
25th verse. Then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son, and cast it at his feet, and said, Surely a bloody husband art thou to me.
Right. Surely a bloody husband art thou to me. So she cut the baby's foreskin off, or his son's foreskin off, took it and threw it at Moses' feet. Go ahead.
So he let him go. Then she said, A bloody husband thou art because of the circumcision.
A bloody husband thou art because of the circumcision. Because he didn't want to circumcise his son, all right? So that's showing you the severity of this thing. This thing is, this is not a joke, man.